always classy attack of the show. TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. Good to see you.
And I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
And I am coming to you from a Boys to Men video. Look at this. Just noticed that. On the show today, Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman are here to mess with your minds when they play each other in the Change Up Plus. Blair Herter is here to show you the new Time Suck. The upcoming Diablo 3 beta is coming. He got his grubby mitts all over it for a sneaky peek.
And then you can watch me saw something. It's not wood shop.
Oh.
I fire a saw belt-fed machine gun for science. And it rides whips in. Woo! Thanks, guys. We profile the Ohio man who built his own turbine-propelled Batmobile based on the 1989 Keaton model.
Oh, the Keaton model. Yeah.
We've got all sorts of four-wheeled terrors and crashes in this week's ATN.
Starring men, women, squirrels, and bananas.
Banana.
Banana? Shut the mouth.
Somewhere a person on a bicycle is falling on their only face for your enjoyment. That's right, the X Games just happened.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No, that's
Yay!
that's the appropriate
No.
amount of excitement for the X Games these days, I think. Our number 2 is a supercut from yesterday's women's motocross event. Keep in mind while you're watching this, these are the women that are the best at motocross.
And here it is, Geiger getting a little bound up and hitting that inside barrier.
Looks
locked
like-
up on the brakes.
Yeah, it looks like down the hill she ended up inside that barrel.
And Martinez with her problems on her way to a bronze medal.
Not over till it's over.
Never is. And here's Forsberg getting caught up behind Martinez, and Forsberg using some wit to go around on the outside. And this, Elizabeth Bash, you see her back tire sliding around, gets bound up, takes a trip down the side, and Scary making contact with the lumber there at the bottom, and the checkers for the number 411 for Maria Forsberg.
Just stop. Just stop.
Have they ever even ridden motorbikes before?
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it.
Those were the highlights. You know what I mean? Like, think about what you didn't see. Women on fire and driving into the stands and riding around on people. And they exploding for no reason. That's...
I could do better than that, I think.
Yeah, I think you could as well. It's like watching a 2-year-old play sight bike. It was just, flump, flump. There's no skill whatsoever. And at number 5, we have a practical application of the laws of physics.
Gravity times mass times slippery wetsuits equals an excellent water slide experience.
Yeah, except for the landing.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go,
How does he not even, measure it right? I mean, he completely missed that thing.
Well, yeah.
Didn't even halfway hit it.
I don't think measuring was at all a concern. I think it was,
This will go at the end of this.
there you go. That's it. Redneck science. NASA actually had a similar issue during the early days of the space program, so they...
How'd they
can
fix
really-
it?
I'm sorry?
How'd they fix it?
Oh, they started launching space shuttles instead of people. Yeah. Works a lot better. We got a lot further. It's very aerodynamic. StarCraft! If you're watching this in Korea, you're probably playing it right now.
And if you're not, you're probably rehearsing your StarCraft-related performance art, like the people in today's number 3 item.
공격이다! 진정스러운 변신!
My life
마리는 변신! 저기다! 도망가자! 막다른 골목이야! 시즈 탱크!
Destination.
뭐야?
Orders, sir.
시즈 모드다!
Identify target.
캐리어 수화!
Carrier has arrived.
앞마당 멀티했구나!
understood that about as much as I understand watching StarCraft replays on YouTube. No idea what the hell just happened, but I'll watch it.
It was either put on a stagecraft themed stage show or play stage. I'm gonna try that one more time.
Well, what went through your head about like 3 words into that? What did you, when you realized the train was careening off the tracks? Was it like, oh, let's just keep going? Maybe we'll get to the destination.
Just gonna keep on driving.
No, that was good. I like that. All right, that was pretty good. You want to take 2?
Look,
All right, hold on.
it was
Let's reset it. Let's get a single of Candace, please. In 5, 4, 3.
I'm blushing. Move!
Oh,
Look, it was either put on a stagecraft theme.
no! No!
Stage.
Hold on, she was just juking the audience. Glad you guys are paying attention. And 5, 4, 3.
It's
2,
not the candy. It's just
1.
me.
Go. Oh, go.
Look, it was either put on a StarCraft themed stage show or play StarCraft.
To live an interesting life, sometimes we got to do things that we might regret, right? Mm-hmm. Like last Friday. I can't really get into the details without my lawyer present, but I can tell you that if you're going to spend a night
what
walking
Kevin
around
is trying to say here is that this lady in a bikini shouldn't feel bad about her rope swing attempt.
Well, no, but she should feel bad about doing it on camera.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
You'll be like, bitch, you're too fat to be wearing a 2-piece. And then it'll be like, but let's watch her anyway.
I gotta give her points for nailing exactly what the internet said about her, actually. It's exactly what the caption was on Reddit when I clicked the video.
That's me.
Well, it's not over until the medium-sized lady screams, so.
I'm pretty sure you've butchered that saying.
I'm pretty sure I don't care. Coming in at number 1, it's a banana.
Driving a car.
That was amazing. That was really incredible.
You know, I'd even go as far to say that that is the best non-human driver I've ever seen.
Wow, those are bold words. Oh, hey everybody, Ronnie Gale Squirlington is here. Oh, yes, Ronnie Gale, those are fighting words. I can't believe she said that.
I'm so sorry, Ronnie Gale. You'll always be our favorite.
Oh, guys, he says he's ready to race anything to prove that he's the best.
Really?
Even a banana.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Ronnie Gale, you do not know that all bananas are like that. That is.
Wait, what is he saying?
It's really intolerant. You do not want to hear it. Wow. Okay, Ronnie, enough with that. Okay, he says he loves America.
Oh.
And he loves his girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Oh, and he's ready to race. He's ready to race.
Okay, wait. Does the banana have anything to say?
Nope.
All right.
Well, luckily we have a death-defying racetrack mysteriously set up right here. And now you guys be careful, Banana and Squirlington. That is a bear trap, all right? I don't have to tell you what it'll do to a squirrel in a beer box or a banana. That'd be bad, right?
Bad news bears.
Okay, so on your marks, get set, race! Go, Ronnie, go! Still ahead, this little princess right here went to the Oklahoma Full Auto Shooting Trade Show, and all she brought me was a shell case. Candace went to Oklahoma and lived to to tell the tale?
Mainly because I was armed to the teeth at the Oklahoma Full Auto Shoot and Trade Show. Whether you're preparing for the zombie apocalypse or the 2012 Armageddon, OFAST in Oklahoma is the perfect place to sample some of the biggest and baddest guns on the planet. Today, I'm lighting up some targets Oklahoma style. That means machine guns with a whole lot of whip ass. Say hello to my little friend. Leighton, can you tell me what kind of gun this is?
This is a Russian model 1910 Maxim gun. It fires a 7.62 by 54 rimmed Russian round, which is still currently in service by the Russian military today. This is a water-cooled machine gun. The hose is actually an evaporation hose, which as the water turns to steam, and you can put it into a container to turn back into water so you can pour it back in the gun later.
How much does it cost to shoot one of these things?
About $90 for 440 rounds.
Here we go. So can you tell me a little bit about the MP5?
The MP5 is made in Germany. It's used by a lot of police departments. It's primo firearm. A lot of anti-terrorist units use it across the United States and across the world. It shoots 9mm NATO. About $150 a thousand.
So how much would something like that go for?
On the open market, about $15,000. The Ultimax is a fantastic squad automatic. It's made in Singapore. It's an extremely smooth shooting machine gun. It's an intricately suppressed firearm. Basically what that does mean is the suppressor is a part of the firearm. It is non-removable. To the best of my knowledge, there's not any transferable ones in the United States, so only dealers and law enforcement and government can own them.
Here's the big boy. What's this one called?
This is a Browning 1919. It's World War II belt-fed automatic. It's an air-cooled 30 caliber machine gun. These are about $15,000 and about 40 to 50 cents a round. This one's set up shooting roughly 850 rounds a minute.
Can I try it?
Yes, ma'am.
You're mine, bear! Yeah! Shooting so far has been a great stress relief, but I think I need to go bigger. And I just found the holy grail of guns. Yeah, this is gonna work. That's awesome! There's nothing like the clean country air in Oklahoma, saturated with thick black gun smoke. That one gave me a headache. If you're going to talk about devils that live in dungeons, you're going to need Blair Herter.
Boy, are you right, Candace.
I know.
He got an advanced look at the Diablo 3 beta, and then he rubbed our faces in it. Looky there. It's X-Play's Blair Herter, everybody.
I heard Dungeons.
And you're here.
I heard Dungeons and Kevin Prayer, and I was like, I'm there.
This one is not
do.
wood paneled, but it's still filled with magic.
Oh.
You were at Blizzard. I hate you, by the way.
You should.
You were playing Diablo 3.
Yes.
Let's just get to it, because this is a game that I have lost between 1 and 2, collectively years of my life to. And now here we are 10 years later.
Yep.
And D3 is coming out. Tell me everything. Go.
Well, number one, Blizzard is definitely made of rare metals and rarer stones. That is confirmed. Mm-hmm. Their building is very valuable. Number two, Diablo 3 is awesome. I wish there was a word that's more awesome than awesome to describe how awesome it is. It is everything that we have been waiting for, and in a lot of ways, exactly what it already was, if that makes sense.
Well, that's what I want to get to. Gameplay. I mean, we know graphics improved, and there's some different characters. Fine. Mm-hmm. Gameplay, fundamentally, at its core, is it still click, 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 click?
It is very much a click, 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 click game.
Because that's all I need.
But it's the click that you remember. Adam Sessler and I went down there, and one of the things we noticed immediately is it's been 11 years, right, since they released first Diablo 2, and in those 11 years, there have been so many dungeon crawlers that have come out, both on the PC and consoles.
Right.
but sitting down and clicking on a Diablo chest and it explodes with loot, it brings you back to what you loved 11 years ago. Even though other people have done it, there really is no experience like the Diablo 2 clicking experience.
Did you try the Demon Hunter or the Witch Doctor classes?
I played as the Wizard because his default, and this may change with the final push of the game, but his default spell is Magic Missile.
Oh, well, then
so,
you got to
there's really a no-brainer. I got to roll with Magic Missile.
For those that are potentially new to the series or haven't really checked back in since Diablo 2 years ago, what's new in the story? Where are we in the world?
I think it's something like 20 years later, right? There's a new group of people, although Deckard Cain is still around. Dude will never die. And Diablo is still a dick.
Oh,
and so
Diablo.
it's just humanity fighting the biggest dick in history one more time.
Now, just like StarCraft 2, Diablo 3, this is a big bone of contention with a lot of people. It requires a constant internet connection to play, which was incredibly disappointing to me. I did not expect this from Blizzard. Did they say why? Did they seem remorseful at all when they were announcing this? Or
Blizzard and remorse don't really go together, so let's not say that. But I'll say that what it seemed like to me, and this is something that, and I'm only speculating here, but the sense I went into a building, and there are human beings who have given 10 years of their life to making this game. I assume that the reason it's persistently online is so they can control the modding community. It feels to me like they want to control how this game is played and how it is absorbed and consumed. And so I feel like
you don't think
they're
it's
trying
just
to control
about piracy and this is DRM and they're trying to glossy that up any way they can?
They said, and they would never say this out loud because they would be so arrogant for saying it, but they basically implied to journalists, listen, we're super rich. This is not the game that's going to make us money. So this is really about us realizing the dream that we've had over the last decade. And again, that's just me speculating, but
well, they are going to make tons of money off this auction house.
Yes.
This is interesting. I mean, people know there's an aftermarket for in-game items. They've existed since there's been in-game items where you could spend real-world or virtual currency to buy new armor or weapons or spells for a character.
Right.
Blizzard has now brought that into their game and made it a part of the experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously there was massive outcry because they thought, oh, well, that's going to ruin like rare items and things like that. But Blizzard's made a promise, first of all, to clarify, items can be sold between players. Blizzard's not just going to sell items on their store.
Right.
Somebody has to grind and earn that item. You okay back there? All right, good. Somebody's just dying off camera.
That was some bad whale. Sorry, Candace.
Word about him.
Yeah, she's all right.
But you know, they just they're not going to drop in their own items, so you will have to do the work. Now it's up to me to decide whether or not I just want to pay you a bunch of money, you know, for your work. But
and there's two different marketplaces: one for in-game currency, one for real-world currency,
Correct.
right? And then if you spec your character with real-world currency, when he dies, you don't lose that. They don't want complaints about stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, the thing about the real-world currency is they made it a point to say this is being handled by a third-party person, because we had obviously the legalities involved. There's like money laundering. There's a lot of things you could do with this, and they kept saying, "Listen, whoever we're using as a third-party person, ask them those questions when you have them."
It's a dude named Tony and a stained wife beater with a lead pipe, like
on an island.
Put your gold through me. It's fine. Yeah, he's chilling in the Caymans in a straw hut.
The real loser here is China.
Oh, cool.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, thousands of people are going to lose their gold farming jobs now.
They'll be all
which
right.
is a tragedy.
They'll get them back in a year. Don't worry.
It's true.
So, do we know when the game will be out? When we'll have the beta in our hands? Is there any indication?
Look, no idea when the beta comes out, or when the game's going to come out. However, they did say that they are playing in office right now an alpha build of the game. You can play all the way through to spoiler Diablo, who's apparently the final boss.
Okay.
So they're playing an alpha build. It seems to me like the beta that we played, it's complete, right? So
Really?
I think that the beta is just going to be kind of a server test since everything's going to be online. I would say you can expect the beta in the next couple of months from what we played. And I honestly believe there is that kind of weird dry time in January, February, March after the big push of holiday games.
Right. I think
It'll be a
Q1.
perfect time for them to place that game here.
Love it. Blair Herter, thank you for sharing the experience.
Appreciate it.
I will see you online.
Absolutely.
Still ahead, Chris Gore reviews Eastbound and Down Season 2 on DVD.
And later, body swapping stars Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman drop by to talk about their experiences in each other's bodies.
I love them.
Your little girl voice is something else.
Is it? It's a little bit raspier right now. I learned it from watching you.
Movies. There are just too damn many of them.
Which is why Chris Gore performs the DV Doomsday ritual to separate the good from the bad.
I love separating things.
Me too.
All right, welcome back, film expert Chris Gore. have made my day.
I can't dance, though.
But on to DVD Tuesday.
Yes.
What's up first?
First is Stakeland. Stakeland.
Now, there seems to be a new vampire film coming out every single week. What's this one about?
Well, it's basically a post-apocalypse where the survivors are trying to emerge from a vampire plague which has wiped out most of the planet.
Oh, it looks scary.
But it's weird. It's like sort of two different tones. It's sort of this slow-moving, kind of actually boring film. It's kind of like The Road with Viggo Mortensen, which I didn't happen to like. And I like post-apocalyptic films where people are more fashionably dressed. In the post-apocalypse, you would think they could find at least washer and dryers or a set of new clothes. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like in Mad Max, it looks like they're going to a fetish ball or something.
I heard some people actually
the way
like
they're dressed.
this.
Yeah, I just, it just
Not
seemed
you?
so derivative, this movie, and I really wanted to like it too because I know it's indie and just didn't grab me. And I thought a lot of the fight scenes were cliche. Not really. Too much vampire stuff, folks. We can move on from vampires.
So, bottom line?
Pass.
All right.
I'm saving you time, folks.
All right, sorry, Stakeland. What's our next DVD?
Eastbound and Down, the complete second season!
Oh, yeah. Now, this season has Kenny Powers leaving his hometown and heading south of the border. Were you okay with all the changes on the show?
Actually, no. I mean, I'm serious. I really miss those characters back at the school where he worked. And so when he went, to Mexico, I thought, but we're missing everybody. What's going on with them? But what's cool, if you stick with it, it all comes full circle. And when he returns home, it's a reckoning. And it's funny. I love these characters. And also, most of the episodes have commentary. And as you know, I'm a big fan of the commentary.
I know you are.
These guys will get naked for this show. They really embarrass themselves in crazy ways. Oh, full on. I'm sure they motorboat on the show. And more, you know what I'm talking about. So, I love this character, and I know they're doing the third season is also going to be the last season.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, this was effectively the Empire Strikes Back of this season, this second season. And I really loved it, especially the way that they paid off everything.
Cool. Okay.
Big fan of the show.
So, bottom line?
Bottom line, buy it. Buy it, folks. KP.
Nice.
Yeah.
A buy and a pass. What else do we have to check out?
We have Exporting Raymond.
Now, this is the story of the guy who made Everybody Loves Raymond trying to recreate this series for Russia, right?
Yeah, Phil Rosenthal is the executive producer of Everybody Loves Raymond, and they're taking the show and trying to make a Russian version of the show, which is called Everybody Loves Kostya. And the first thing that freaks him out when he goes to Russia is he has to get K&R insurance, which he finds out is kidnap and ransom insurance. And when I went to Russia, we did not get this insurance for me. I'm a little disappointed.
They didn't care that much.
Who's going to want to kidnap me for ransom? But
I don't know.
It's really fast. Exactly. Almost nobody. But it's really interesting to see how he's trying to explain jokes and explain American humor to the Russians.
And they don't get it?
They do not get it. I mean, it's just seeing him struggle with that. And then just seeing the show emerge is awesome. And what's cool is there's actually episodes of Everybody Loves Kostya and Everybody Loves Raymond, so you can see how they changed it. And it's what's funny is it's actually funny without even knowing the language. They do English subtitles with the Russian. Although it's funny because Russians, not a smiling culture. Not a lot of smiling. So for them to pull this off and it became hugely successful. And also there's a commentary track, so Phil Rosenthal fills you in on everything. I mean, if you're a fan of comedy or just behind the scenes of the TV business, like all the wacky stuff that happens on this show. Like crazy, weird stuff that I'll read on the internet about what happens on this show that 90 times
So what's
it's not
the
true.
bottom line?
Bottom line on this, rent it. It's definitely worth seeing. Awesome documentary. Really
For
cool.
more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Man, it is hot out.
Boy, is it. You should stay inside with these iPad games.
Good idea.
It's a great one.
With a heat wave covering half the nation, we're showing off the best iPad apps to enjoy while basking in the glory of an air conditioner. First up, take out your bug squashing needs on Ant Raid. In this insect-ridden RTS, you control an army of ants who are trying to protect their home from snails, worms, and beetles that have been transformed by a chemical spill. Killing these red, blue, and green bugs will fill the meters at the top of the screen, which will unleash extra abilities. The red power grants your ants extra speed and strength, while the blue prevents stuns. Combine them or go straight for the green power-up, which lets you use your own fingers to squash those pesky invaders instead. Every map adds another layer of difficulty that requires you to adapt your tactics in order to 3-star every level. With over 60 levels, 40 challenge maps, and a survival mode, you'll want to pick up Ant Raid today for only $3 in the iTunes App Store. However, if you're one of the millions looking to fill the void while waiting for Diablo 3, then cast your glance at Pocket RPG. Hack and slash your way through randomly generated maps, picking up all the glorious loot you come across, giving better items to your character while selling off all the trash. This dungeon crawler features 3 distinct classes: the bloodthirsty Blade Master, the bow-toting Dark Ranger, and the spellbook-wielding Battle Mage. Control your character by moving with the left dual stick and attacking with the right. Depending on your class, you'll have rage, energy, or mana that lets you unleash powerful attack combos upon your foes. Between dungeons, spend experience points on some new skills, or upgrade your weapons with things like fire and poison damage with all the gold you plunder. So if you're looking to scratch that demon slaying itch, then buy Pocket RPG for just $5 in the iTunes App Store.
American Ninja Warrior is back, and a $500,000 endorsement deal from K-Swiss is on the line.
Or 500,000 pairs of K-Swiss shoes.
No, I believe it's the money.
Well, either way, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Semifinals begin this Sunday night at 9 Eastern. Head on to g4tv.com/ANW for more info.
Stay tuned. Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman are here to talk penises.
Yay!
Also, indirectly, their movie The Change-Up.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And now, penis talk with Kevin Pereira.
Thank you. My guests today are Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman.
Oh, are they ever?
I'm not Mitch.
What?
I'm Mitch. He's Mitch. I'm Mitch. Somehow we switched bodies. That's
And I'm Dave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see what happened was we pissed in a magic fountain. And then and the next day it disappeared.
They moved the fountain
and then
somehow.
they moved
We're
it somewhere,
looking
I don't
for
know.
it.
And then when they find it, we're gonna switch back.
We had to pee because we were drinking.
We were drinking.
That sounds like a plan. Can you start the bath for the twins?
Okay, hey, Pumpkin, listen, this is
Ooh, Mitch, no. Ugh, no. Don't call me Pumpkin, okay? And you promised me that you would clean
Can you
out
shut
the
this off?
Joining me now, Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman.
Flex it out.
You're royalty here.
Wow.
Is that
You're
the
both-
attack?
you're both-
That's
Wow.
the attack.
That was
right?
the attack.
That's the attack.
That's what happened, yeah.
As long as the shirts
Fierce.
stay on, there will not be attack.
Just a
I thought
typhoon
it-
of saliva came this way when that happened, guys.
I'm
Keep
sorry
it
about
closed.
that. I thought it was bring your girlfriend to work day. I've never seen this
Yeah.
many women within a 20-mile radius of our studio. So thank you for bringing that on.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Clearly, Jason, you're on my list. Actually, you're on my top
Welcome to
5.
my world,
So,
man.
Yeah, I know.
This must be great for you.
I speak from experience, by the way. He has a gorgeous penis.
Oh, fantastic!
Just beautiful.
Come on! I was
Gorgeous.
told, and I read this on the internet, so it could be true, but I
Yeah.
was told you can't actually look directly at it. That
No.
the shimmer, the gleam.
No, yeah,
will
absolutely,
blind
yeah.
you.
You're paralyzed with envy. I mean, this is like Braille down here. I mean, it's just, but that. God,
It'll
it's
spit on
gorgeous.
you if you look at it too long.
Oh, yeah. Just beautiful.
Doesn't sound friendly.
Just
It's like a
beautiful.
camel.
It doesn't
Yeah.
sound friendly at all.
And he self-powders, so it's never shiny.
Oh, okay. That's nice of you to take it down a lot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
with the same qualities of pewter, I
Yeah.
was told.
Yeah. What's weird is it's always expertly lit. That's the thing that defies physics. Yeah.
I imagine when the pants come off, it's like a WWE ring entrance. There's pyro, flash the pyro.
Have you ever publicly spoken of your penis this long? Or is it just me talking about
That's
it?
the way I like to start every
Yeah.
talk show.
All right, now Ryan, you're junk. Let us get to it.
Oh, we got into that. It's
Okay, good.
really just not desirable in any way.
There's been
true.
Don't you say that about yourself.
Thank you.
Give us a look right now.
All right.
was going to stop it.
No. Oh, God.
The Change Up is a film about the body swapping, which there's been movies like that before, but never one that needed a red band trailer, to my knowledge.
We got 2 red band trailers.
2?
Yeah.
So how adult does this film actually get?
It gets adult. I mean, if you got to swap bodies with somebody, you'd probably get into some pretty adult situations if you're going to take advantage of the swap.
Right.
You know, if you're going to pussyfoot around, you're going to end up in Vice Versa or Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
We're not Kirk Cameron.
No, exactly. And I'm not Lilo.
No.
Okay.
And the change-up doesn't occur at a carnival machine or by grabbing a skull. It happens when you guys are pissing into a fountain. We learned from that clip.
Naturally.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Careful where you pee.
Careful what you piss for.
I like that, actually. Yeah, that should be on the poster.
Yeah.
We tried.
Did you try?
We tried. They didn't go for it.
No. Now, I imagine there's a lot of stuff that is cutting room floor because you guys are improvising and whatnot.
And bad
show scenes
actors.
And terrible actors. Yeah, lots of cuts.
Yeah, couldn't hit a mark.
Will there be a terribly unrated version of this movie on Blu-ray?
I'm sure there's one that's illegal in Canada. I'm sure. But yeah, no, the Blu-ray will be pretty dark, I think.
We got a lot of what we did actually made it in, though. I mean, the guys who wrote Hangover wrote this thing, so it's not for Grandma. And the guy who directed Wedding Crashers directed it, so it's done by the R-rated specialists, and I, that was really the only reason to do it.
Are you guys doing impressions of each other, like an impersonation?
Not particularly. We're not that good.
I did try to look hot.
Yeah. And I tried to have a gorgeous. That's what I did. That's me. But that's my process with every film. And we don't do impressions of each other necessarily. I mean, there are mannerisms that we pick up of each other, but the whole point was to be as free as possible. And the movie is so, it's pretty raunchy, and we kind of go there in places that a lot of R-rated comedies won't even go. So we just wanted to be as free with that as possible, and not really worry about, am I nailing the exact, Jason Bateman head turn, slow eyebrow raise, burn to camera. It's a patented move that I just wasn't capable of doing.
I know you. I know you hate it all the time.
I think there's a compliment in there somewhere. We're gonna dig it out.
Buried in the headline.
I know you hate when people ask you to do the patented head turn, nod, wink, side. Half smile to camera. What was the?
I don't remember actually anything that ever happens to me, so I don't know.
It's a constant blackout for you.
Yeah, it really a lot of drinking. But
we thought if we did impressions, it would be distracting, and then you'd get away from the funny of the movie, because we're only in the first characters like for 10 pages. It was like 10 minutes, and then the rest of the movie we're in the other body. So there's just tons of time of us in each other's bodies.
Yeah.
And I understand.
It's good.
Yeah.
Just testing.
Yeah, no, they're there. I understand the notion of wanting to be single and date Olivia Wilde and whatnot. I get that. Why do you explain why you'd ever want to swap with somebody who's married with 2 kids?
My character wants to get up in his wife.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In the movie, played by Leslie Mann. So there is a trade-off, a natural trade-off. But yeah, no, these 2 guys are envious of each other's lives. I mean, my character it's just a non-stop conveyor belt of like semi-porn horror shows, and he's living the life that I want. He's got the life of Riley. He's got a nice house. He has food in his fridge. I mean, it's not just ketchup. And he's got kids and a wife. It's stable. It's nice. So we both sort of, and he's stuck. He's stuck in his life.
We don't really. We sort of we politely wish for each other's lives. We don't really mean it.
No.
We're just peeing in a fountain. We're a little overserved, and we kind of scream it out there. And unfortunately, this was a magic fountain, and we wake up in each other's.
It happens.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, what's next for you? You're gonna maybe some Deadpool action?
It's being developed, but that's the most boring stuff. Wow.
That's chum in the nerd waters around here.
Wow,
so
it is.
It's
being developed by a great guy named Tim Miller, and he's doing a fantastic job. I've actually already seen sort of test stuff that he's doing, and it's great.
And will your penis go through a crazy transformation to play Deadpool? Like, do you have
that's just CGI region down there.
Oh, fantastic.
That's all they're going to do right there.
So just ping-pong tracking balls and markers?
I've had 3 callbacks to play his penis in that.
Oh, wow.
Things are looking good.
I think this is going to be the year.
Absolutely.
And I've promised everybody, I'm sure I'm sick of people asking me to ask you about it, Arrested Development movie.
Oh, God.
He's had 3 weeks for this.
You could probably
I'm sure.
We're working on it, for God's sakes. All right, they're trying to make the writers deals.
Wouldn't it be cool if it happened?
It would be beyond cool if it happened.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
You're both super funny and entertaining.
Appreciate it.
And you're
Thank you
both
very
dashing
much.
as all hell.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Ryan
much.
Reynolds and Jason Bateman, everybody.
Thank you very much.
You guys, the change-up opens on Friday. Check it out. Attack of the Art Show is back, and you still have time to get us your creations.
Last year, you guys made keyboard cat art, and we put it on display.
Well, this year, we want you to make art inspired by your favorite viral video. We'll fly the winner out to LA for the art show's grand opening at Meltdown Comics in Hollywood.
Head on over to g4tv.com/art show for all the details.
And now, here's RoboCop riding a unicorn.
Not for just no reason. It's Threads!
Oh.
Threads!
Tees, tank tops, polos. Call them what you will, but shirts are the perfect way to show off your passion. And to help you out, we're rounding up the latest threads. First up, take a trip down memory lane with vintage designs over at RetroAgogo.com. They've got a whole line of patches, belt buckles, and tees, ranging from the rockabilly heartthrob Betty Page to these stylized hot rod designs. But if scantily clad babes aren't your thing, they've also got these kick-ass fortune teller, lone wolf, and Frankenstein shirts. However, our favorite tees are these retro pulp covers. Whether it's startling stories of robots taking over or awesome vampire horror, these shirts are a must-have for anyone needing a vintage take on their wardrobe. Looking to get nostalgic? Then swing on over to RetroAgogo.com and pick up a tee for 22 bones. Now, if you prefer a cartoonish quality to your threads, then you'll want to check out the tees over at Furface Boy. There are several designs, from these multicolored Furface shirts to these vintage sports tees. They've also got this Snoopy-inspired tee, an ice cream pup, and even their own superhero team-up. But it's these musical mashup tees of Iron Maiden and Tupac remixed with the Furface logo that really raises the bar. All of this clothing can be snagged over at shop.furfaceboy.com for about 20 to 30 bucks. And finally, what wardrobe could be complete without some geek chic? Whether it's RoboCop riding a unicorn or Christopher Walken on sunshine, the guys over at Go Ape have got your nerd fix. Their shirts range from every corner of pop culture life, from this aliens-inspired E.T. to a pillow fight club. They've even got an awesome Star Wars mashup of Han soloing on guitar. Top it off with these epic Mario Brother and Beatles tees, and you can easily proclaim yourself King of the Geeks. If you're ready to level up your wardrobe, you can grab a shirt over at goape.storeenvy.com for 20 bucks. So there you have it. Betty Page, Furry Faces, and Christopher Walken. All the tees you'll need to show off your geekiness.
Stick around, we've got a homemade Batmobile coming up next.
Every I'm So Sure I say, I have to motorboat Sarah Underwood. I'm so sure! Coming up on Attack of the Show. will.i.am is live in studio to spread the word about his groundbreaking special, I Am First, Science is Rock and Roll. Then Allison Hayslip sneaks onto the set of 30 Minutes or Less to talk to Danny McBride and Jesse Eisenberg. And Fax Bear returns to read your very own faxes. Plus, we're checking out the new line of Puma kicks created by the DJ Deadmau5. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is live in studio with his new film Tactical Force. See it starting Monday. Usually when you hear about a neighbor making a homemade Batmobile in his garage, you know two things.
What are those two things, Candace? Do you know
One,
them? Oh, what's one?
he's probably never going to finish it.
Probably not.
And two,
Silly goose.
to stay far, far, far away from that guy.
But the man in today's Ride Whips and Hoons actually succeeded. Whoa! Yeah.
Its official name is the Hennessy Venom GT, but among automotive insiders, it goes by another title, the Bugatti Killer. That's because the Venom GT, having just torn up the course at last month's Goodwood Festival of Speed, is looking to dethrone the Bugatti Veyron Supersport as the world's fastest production car. According to Hennessy Performance, the Venom's 1,200 horsepower V8 engine propels it to a top speed of 275 miles per hour. Although this speed has yet to be certified by Guinness World Records, it would be fast enough to beat the 267 mile per hour record achieved by Bugatti in 2010. In the race to drain your bank account, though, the Venom GT is a relative steal at 850,000 big ones, while the Bugatti is going to set you back, about $2.3 million. From a car only Bruce Wayne could afford to the car he made famous, aspiring race car driver Casey Puch recently unveiled a fully functioning Batmobile based on the design from the 1989 Tim Burton film. But Puch's creation is no cheap knockoff. Along with the pneumatic top hatch and onboard .30 caliber machine guns, the ride is the world's first and only turbine-propelled Bat car. With a Boeing engine plucked out of a U.S. Navy attack helicopter, this street-legal two-seater can be powered by kerosene, diesel, or jet fuel. Yeah, jet fuel. But sorry, fanboys, Puch's Batmobile isn't for sale. Instead, he hopes to use it as a, quote, rolling resume to show off what his auto shop can accomplish. One thing's for sure, Mr. Puch should expect a call from us very soon. After all, that Bustus Mobile isn't gonna build itself. And finally, Porsche lovers rejoice! We have proof of life! The German automaker just released a teaser video for the 2012 Porsche 911. Shot in South Africa, where the car is undergoing hot weather testing, the video gives fans a glimpse of the new 911 as it burns its way across the countryside. But it's not the exotic scenery that has the auto blogs blowing up. Along with a peek at the car's expanded wheelbase and updated styling, the video confirms the rumor that the new 911 will include an unprecedented 7-speed manual transmission, perfect for increased engine performance and fuel efficiency out on the open road. Unfortunately, Porsche's minute-and-a-half-long peep show will have to hold us for at least another month. The car officially gets unveiled at September's Frankfurt Auto Show. From super fast cars to superhero cars, these untouchable rides are cruising to a daydream near you. Oh, thanks to Blair Herter, Chris Score, Jason Bateman, and Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds rap and the rap.
Stick around, Comp starts right now. Good night. Show him the booty thing you were doing.
Booty thing, it goes.
Good.
Whee! Whee!
Do you need a reason? Because I don't, and she doesn't.